People in Crimea who support Ukraine are sending messages hoping that the Flamingo missiles will soon destroy the Kerch Bridge. Refat Chubarov, head of the Mejlis of the Crimean Tatar people, shared the information on Espreso TV. Crimea has long been turned by the Russian occupiers into a stronghold from which they constantly attack mainland Ukraine. Today, there are enough Russian military bases in Crimea, and all of them are targets for the Ukrainian Armed Forces. In particular, there are 250 Russian military facilities on the territory of the occupied Crimea, Chubarov said. According to him, the strike by the Ukrainian Armed Forces on a Russian border post in the village of Voloshyne near Armyansk did not go unnoticed in Crimea itself. Recently, Crimeans indeed witnessed Ukrainian Flamingo missiles striking Russian military facilities located in the steppe area of Crimea, specifically the village of Voloshyne near Armyansk. These strikes did not go unnoticed, as there is a lot of information suggesting this was a test of the new Flamingo missile. I can confirm that we have already received several indirect reports from Crimeans hoping that the Flamingo missiles will soon be fired at the Kerch Bridge. In other words, some people in Crimea who remain loyal to Ukraine have experienced a boost of expectation from the Ukrainian Armed Forces, he said. Recently, Serhiy Bratchuk, the spokesperson of the Ukrainian Volunteer Army, stated that Ukraine's defense forces continue to strike Russian military targets in Crimea, wearing down Russia's air defense. The spokesperson of the Ukrainian Volunteer Army did not specify which long-range Ukrainian weapons are currently being routed for strikes in temporarily occupied Crimea. According to him, the phase of wearing down the enemy's air defense on the peninsula has been ongoing for quite some time. The Ukrainian Defense Forces are actively working against Russian military targets in Crimea. This activity also aims to exhaust the enemy's air defense. This phase has been going on for quite a while. Through these actions, the Ukrainian Armed Forces units are paving the way for our other firepower assets. I will not speak now about the Flamingo and Neptune missiles, but the path is being laid. Therefore, I believe that soon, certainly not tomorrow or the day after, but in time, Ukrainian aircraft may appear in the skies over Crimea, which will strike ground targets, he emphasized.
UK Defence Secretary John Healey condemned Russia's drones over Poland, reckless, unprecedented, and dangerous, in London on Wednesday. According to Associated Press, Poland said early Wednesday that multiple Russian drones entered and were shot down over its territory with help from NATO allies, describing the incident as an act of aggression carried out during a wave of Russian strikes on Ukraine. Several European leaders said they believed Russia was intentionally escalating the war, and NATO was discussing the incident in a meeting. It came 3 days after Russia's largest aerial attack on Ukraine since the war began, an attack that for the first time hit a key government building in Kiev. Healey leads the E5 group meeting to discuss the defense and security in Europe, with delegations from France, Germany, Italy, Poland, and the United Kingdom.
Last night, Putin took this aggression to a new level of hostility. A violation of Polish airspace, deep enough for Warsaw Airport to be closed, and NATO jets forced directly to shoot down Russian drones, while of course the attacks on Ukraine continue to intensify. Poland's direct defensive military action last night is the first of its kind since Putin launched his illegal invasion in 2022. Good morning. Russia's actions are reckless, unprecedented and dangerous. We totally condemn these attacks. And we say to President Putin, your aggression only strengthens the unity between NATO nations. And we will discuss this morning what additional support we can provide to Poland. And we say to President Putin, your aggression only strengthens our solidarity to stand with Ukraine. It reminds us that a secure Europe needs a strong, sovereign Ukraine.